Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. The Chan, some may call it. Sorry, okay. Well, anyways, I'm gonna do a get ready with me because I am seeing the 1975 and I have to do my hair and makeup and pick out an outfit in a relatively quick amount of time. But then I also just wanted to just casually film more things, and just let a free flow of thought run out of my mouth when it comes to certain topics in life. Specifically today, we're going to be talking about relationships in general, coming from a chronically single person, the pros and cons, and I guess just my experiences with remaining single. I don't want this to be too formal in any sense where I have talking points. I'm just going to let my mind and body just let my mind come up with thoughts and hopefully it makes sense. Actually, I don't think I have time to go through each individual product because, yeah. But I will list them in the description, but if you do have questions and you ask in the comment section about anything I put on my face, I will just shoot you a reply because I am trying to be a better YouTuber and more active. Not because I want to get clout, but I think looking back at all of the creations I've made in the past as I grow older is just kind of fun and silly. So, you may be wondering, Jasmine, how has such a wonderful and lovely and kind and gorgeous individual like you, how have you never been in a relationship before? That is crazy. It should be so easy. And to that I say, that's what I thought. But clearly in this dating economy, things aren't as easy as they seem. But before I get into dating, I think a big part of it for me is who you choose to let in. Because Mitski, as many of you may know, wrote a song called Love All Mine, or My Love All Mine, something along those lines. And the way I interpreted it was that your love is a very special thing because it's one of the only things you have full control of in your life. So when you choose to give someone such a precious form of connection and love, they better be fully deserving of it and they better accept you for who you are, or you just shouldn't let them be in your life. And that's kind of going into why I've never been in a relationship right now, because I feel like all of the people in my life right now, in the romantic sense, have just disappointed me. I will say though, when I was younger and I was in my teenage years, I probably did let go of maybe 1 to 2 good people, and it was my fault. I just don't think I was ready for a relationship. Sorry to those guys in my past. Literally, I was the problem because I don't know how to explain it, but sometimes when you watch romantic encounters on the television or when you read about them in smut, it's just 10 times better. And then when I find myself in these scenarios in real life, in my head, I'm like, this is so corny. I'm like, oh, I don't know how to process this, because growing up, I was raised in a household that didn't really express love that openly. So then when I got it from men, I was uncomfortable and I was just genuinely don't think I can do this right now. And I can't tell if that's something that I have to work through myself and just become accustomed to the idea, or it's just I will never be able to find enjoyment out of super corny scenarios. I have a story time regarding that, but I feel like that's for another video. It essentially had to do with a man. We were in a car and then I was looking out the window and he's like, can I touch your hair? And then I was like, oh, sure. And then it progressed into, do you want to make out? And I was like, I mean, I've never made out with a man before. Might as well. And then it was just really bad and I get messy flashbacks because it's just, oh goodness. I just don't really like to think about that. But he was a really nice guy. It was just me getting uncomfortable for no reason. Going back to why I've never been in a relationship, I think growing up, I was not conventionally desirable in a lot of senses, and that's not to say now that I am any more attractive. I think it's more so I just fit more into society's mold, perhaps, of the traits an attractive person has, or I just like present myself in a better way, maybe, towards men. Here's the thing though, it's not like I'm going out of my way to look better for men. It just so happens that the things I'm doing that give me joy, like putting on makeup and wearing a nice outfit, it's not because I want to attract a man, it's just because I like how I look. Growing up, I was just, okay, this looks whack as right now, but it'll come together, trust. I was just very standoffish and quiet, and I still am definitely on the introverted scale now. Nothing has really changed in that sense, which is interesting when you think back of that one TikTok sound. It's like, does growing up just change your body or also your soul? Because for me, I feel like there's still so many aspects and qualities of the person I was 5 years ago and 10 years ago and all the years ago. Sorry, it's hard for me to speak sometimes, but you get what I'm saying. I look back at old photos and I see distinctive traits that still live within me now. So it's interesting how people kind of treat you differently based on changing very maybe conventional is the right word, things about yourself. And for me, I have never been in a relationship, so I've kind of learned how to be able to be comfortable by myself and like do things that I like because I have like, I'm not in a relationship, I have this extra time doing things that I enjoy doing. That's how I started picking up painting and why I play instruments sometimes in my free time and why I do YouTube in my free time. I have that. Oh, and I like to read too. You know, sometimes I do read good books. Like, I'm reading the Psych series right now, but also read smart too. Like, it gets me going sometimes, but that's not the point. I feel like sometimes in a relationship that is not healthy, you find a lot of your time being taken up by someone who does not really deserve you, someone who doesn't value you. And I feel like a lot of people not necessarily rush into relationships, but they get into relationships that are just good enough where they'll stay, but it's not exceptional in any capacity where it's life-changing per se. Oh my god, doing my makeup in this camera is just f***ing up so badly. I feel like I've seen so many relationships where it's just so painfully meh that the only reason the other person stays is because they don't want to be by themselves. It's not like the guy's going out of his way to do all these crazy gestures of love or like showing the other person how much they care. That is not what is going on. It's just some people just can't be by themselves, and that's okay. But I would argue that it would feel a lot more fulfilled if you just took the time to stay out of a relationship and just learn about yourself. Because at the end of the day, I'm not trying to be a man hater here, but like 7 to 8 times out of 10, a man will disappoint you. I've experienced it one too many times on dating apps. You probably shouldn't be getting your hopes up in this day and age of situationships and one-sided relationships, you know? I've kind of like leveled up and I'm continuously leveling up. So to let someone in so easily who won't value all of my qualities is just, it's a no for me, dog. The reason I'm so adamant on finding someone like a partner who really values me is because I literally achieve all of the fulfillment and happiness that a romantic relationship would give me from my friends. I have experienced such pure and genuine forms of platonic love that not just men, I do like women too, but the thing about women is I'm just like scared. Like I get too nervous around pretty women and I just don't have the moves like that right now. I typically don't really do my eyeliner this large, but it's just the way things are right now. I low-key have forgotten what I've said. Hopefully I can edit this into one continuous flowing stream of thought. Oh yeah, I remember. Oh, I was talking about my best friend relationships. But yeah, I have friends that really value the qualities of me as a person. And if you think about it, friendship is one of the most pure forms of relationship you can get. Because, at least for me personally, when you find those true friends, you didn't originally approach them because they looked a certain way. Well, I mean, in certain cases that is true, but for me personally, I didn't have a criteria of traits that my friends need to have. They didn't need to have really good fashion, or they didn't need to do X, Y, and Z. Not to say that they don't have very good fashion, because my friends, they got it. They're taking it. You choose to hang out with me because you like me as an individual. When someone approaches me in public and they're like, oh, like, when a man does this, when a woman compliments me on my looks, like, I get all giggly inside, but when a man does it, it's just like, well, yeah, thank you. But I'm so much more than how I present myself physically. So when someone only approaches me for my legs, like, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. And then another reason why I'm still not in a relationship kind of is the amalgamation of all those prior things I just said. But it's like, people are sick and twisted in this day and age. I've seen one too many TikToks about cheaters. I've seen one too many TikToks about people not treating other people properly in relationships. It's just really not doing it for me right now. I'm just trying to protect my peace and, you know, graduate college without too much emotional turmoil. I was on dating apps. When I fumbled, I was like, I get it. That was my fault. I'm so sorry. I've done a bad thing. I'm gonna move on and I hope we can both live our lives in peace. But on the other side has fumbled me. I'm just like, sayonara, goodbye. We do not have to talk anymore. I feel like when something doesn't happen, there's a reason. And when something doesn't happen the first time, it's very likely that it will not be what it once was. If someone tries to get back in your life, I can almost guarantee you that the relationship 8 times, 9 times out of 10 will probably be worse than the first time when it didn't work out originally. Unless they really wanted to take those steps to change. But most people don't in this day and age. It's like the universe, honestly, just being like, this wasn't your time to be in a relationship. And for me, yeah, I'll let it come this time. I've used dating app, I'm done. No more. I'm already in hell. But if it does so happen to come in a natural way, it will happen. And some people argue that when you know it's the one, everything will just flow easily. You won't be doubting yourself. You won't be questioning yourself. That is what I want. I do not like to be in a constant state of confusion with the person that I am seeing. Some people don't know how to communicate these days. And, you know, that could be attributed to a lot of stuff going on in their lives and X, Y, and Z. But at the end of the day, I cannot be left in the blue. Or not the blue. Or is that a saying? I can't be left in the unknown. To people who are struggling in very toxic relationships, I definitely feel for you because sometimes it is hard just due to circumstances. But I would hope that we'll be able to get out of it one day and realize you have so much more value than remaining with the person who doesn't appreciate you to your full extent. Also, going into another reason why I've never settled down and dated anyone is it's not even because I'm waiting for marriage or I'm waiting for the one. Just like genuinely, I don't think I've met that person who I would feel comfortable around, or it just like hasn't clicked enough. But I would argue that you should be in a relationship with someone who accepts you at your most authentic self. You shouldn't have to put on an act for your partner for them to like you. They should just accept you for you. And I don't want to say I'm quirky. No, you can see like the black. I don't want to say like, oh, I'm different. But I definitely sometimes feel like just like the way I interact and navigate through the world sometimes is not super conventional. Not to say I'm like Jughead Jones or anything.
In case you haven't noticed, I'm weird. I'm a weirdo. I don't fit in, and I don't want to fit in.
Oh, bro.
Have you ever seen me without the stupid hat on? That's weird.
It's like the truth of the matter. Been told I'm kind of direct. Once again, not a bad thing, just the way things are. At this point, I'm done. I'm just gonna work on myself at this point and find solace in doing things I enjoy by myself. And I am in STEM right now. I will theoretically have a stable job where I don't really need to rely on anyone to get the bills paid. If I do choose to get in a relationship, right, because love is a choice, it will be someone I like. Like, I will guarantee you. You do not add value to my life, you're getting the boot, kick to the curb. It's not like I don't believe in hookup culture, it's just, there's just a lot of, it's hard to screen people. Are you a good person or not? Low-key, I feel like if you don't enjoy the person a little bit, it's just not enjoyable. I do not need more memory flashbacks in the arsenal. It's too much with the ones I've accumulated already. I'd rather just read smut or, I don't know, do anything else than put myself in those experiences. I'm gonna like finish my makeup off camera because I feel like I've kind of talked about all of my speaking points. I've spoken my piece. My piece has been articulated to the audience. I'll show you guys my final makeup and my outfit and hair because I do have to leave in like 30 minutes. So I'm gonna do this really quickly and then show you the final look, and then yeah, I'll see you later. I will see you around, you beautiful, lovely, gorgeous, sexy, intelligent pookies, baby girls. I'll see you around. Okay. So I actually just got back and I didn't film my final hair and makeup. I was gonna do something more with my hair, but I didn't really have time, so I just kind of wore it down. But this is my outfit. I was like Pinterest, Reader, Tumblr, 1975 era. Also, I didn't really get any merch because like I can't rep him like that. But the concert was really good. Okay guys, that concludes the video. I hope you guys enjoyed once again. And I'll be posting more frequently. Hopefully. I make no promises. Okay, bye!